And I think even people, if you want to call them on the left, I was just talking to somebody in the hall, and they're very, I don't know if you want to label them left wing, right wing, and all that other good stuff. And he said just because gay marriage passed, of which he agrees with that, he doesn't believe that churches should be forced to perform them. And he did not believe that private business should have to do their bidding. I mean, there still is a no shoot, no shoes, no shirt, no service for property owners. It should be that way. At any rate, got a lot of things going on. I also wanted to let you know, too, that the beach in Lions Park is going to be shut down. And now we understand that the only reason why they opened the crazy thing to begin with is because the aquatic center wasn't open yet. So forget the fact that kids want to go out to the beach and ride around on the boats and all that. That's a slam dunk. I don't know. Is the city's priorities in order? We're spending $10 million extra that we had excess going to the Logan 19th project. We're trying to stripe the streets with paint. That all costs money. But yeah, we can't put lifeguards out at Lions Park because, well, we don't want to. Let's take your phone calls. Good morning. It's your turn.
Well, good morning. I have been one who has been fighting this homosexual approach for several years. And I do not take the religious attitude towards them. I think we have to consider the civil effects that homosexuality is going to result in. For instance, homosexuality, people destroy the basic source of strength in America, and that is the family of a man, a woman, and their children. And that is in direct opposition to the reproduction of future citizens. Homosexuals cannot produce citizens for this country to exist. The homosexuality group goes against the laws of nature and humanity, and any nation that has ever done that has not survived. There have been efforts by groups and maybe a organized group to bring down America for a long time. And I would like to mention a couple of things that are indications that there is a direct attack to bring America down. For instance, one is the amount of war money we have spent in the past years for wars that are actually no concern of ours. We don't have any business in them. The taxes that have been inflicted on the American people are phenomenal and may never be paid off by our children, grandchildren, and so on. There's also an attempt around the world to control and prevent free speech. And free speech and discussion is one of the basic opportunities to keep America and the world free. Right here in America, there is House Resolution R707 that seeks to destroy and prevent free speech in America. Now, we know that in foreign countries, free speech has been regulated and controlled and prevented by putting people in jail. So free speech is essential. Our borders have been open, and thousands of illegals have come in and are staying here. The schools have been dumbed down so that our graduates don't really know very much about America and the things that it takes to keep this country going strong. This homosexuality is just another nail in the coffin of this great country, which is the best that was ever formulated. Thank you very much.
Amen. I agree. A lot of things that he's covering there. And we'll take this quick break, and then we'll start to tackle some of these. I really wish I could have a conversation with the gentleman, but it's very difficult to do that. So we'll have the conversation on the back end and dissect some of these things and ask some of these questions. Of course, again, open line time today, as it is every day pretty much, 632-6500, 632-3323. My name is Gary Freeman. 9:17 is your time under a beautiful Friday. We're going to have a good time anyway. Good morning. People say puffiness and bags under the eyes are the hardest thing to get rid of. Until now. Introducing Genucell stem cell therapy from Chamonix, specifically targeting eye puffiness and bags. Due to new technology, Genucell is an incredibly powerful, all-natural serum. And with its instant effects, is guaranteed to show results in as little as 12 hours or your money back. That's right. Users saw results in only 12 hours with dramatic improvement in 2 weeks. A true Chamonix classic. Genucell contains 8 ingredients to significantly reduce the appearance of bags and puffiness. Plus, Genucell uses patented plant stem cell technology to improve longevity and brilliant long-term results. Call now to try Genucell risk-free. 800-543-6609. 800-543-6609. Say goodbye to puffiness and bags today. Call in the next 20 minutes and get the legendary Esotique face cream absolutely free just for trying Genucell today. Chamonix, the best skincare, best results, or your money back. No questions asked. 800-543-6609. 800-543-6609.
What puts you at risk for identity theft? Do you bank online or go to the doctor? Banks and health insurers can be susceptible to breaches of your private information. Ever give out your social security number or date of birth? Hackers can use it to get loans or drain accounts. That's why you need LifeLock Ultimate Plus identity theft protection. LifeLock Ultimate Plus helps protect your social security number, bank and retirement accounts, even the equity in your home. Obviously, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor transactions at every business. But you only have one identity. Protect it with the best. Join LifeLock right now, and you'll get a special 15% discount. Just call or visit LifeLock.com and use promo code 15 today. That's 15 today to take advantage of an incredible 15% discount. Act now. This offer ends June 30th. Call 800-520-9106. 800-520-9106. 800-520-9106.
Dave Ramsey fights for your financial freedom with his creative insights into the world of money and finance. Monday through Saturday at 8 p.m. on AM 650 KGAB.
All right, good morning. It is Friday. 9:20 is the time under very sunny skies. Current temperature right now here in the magic city of the Plains is really starting to hit towards that 70 mark. We're looking at a high today of right about 74. That, according to meteorologist Don Day. Could see a little bit of moisture here this afternoon, but a lot of that should be drying up as we make our way into Saturday and Sunday. 67 is the current temperature right now on KGAB Mornings. Again, 632-6500, 632-3323 is the phone number. Don't forget, too, we still have some of those gun show tickets for you. If you want to head down to the PE Gun Show, which is down at the Outlets Mall, if you want to buy, sell, or trade, or just get out of town for a little bit, or if you're heading down there anyway, or if you're down in Colorado and you're heading up there, you don't even have to come to the studio to get the tickets. All you got to do is show up and say, hi, my name is Joe Cool, and this is my guest. And they will let you in. Again, 632-6500. Well, the last caller talked about a whole lot of things. Homosexuals, they can't reproduce. Well, they can in this day and age. I mean, they cannot reproduce. But if you have two lesbians and they want to have artificial insemination, and they still have got the plumbing in there. But I understand what he's saying. But as far as this being detrimental to mankind, I guess over hundreds of thousands of years, maybe hundreds or thousands of years, maybe. But at 7 billion people on the face of the earth, I don't think that's going to be much of an issue. As a matter of fact, it probably would help society to some degree, than be a detriment to it. It is against the laws of nature. I mean, it never was. I mean, even in nature itself with animals, you don't have two dogs going at it. Now, they may get on top of each other as a dominance thing, but you don't have, a male dog and a male dog, hanging out, going together, and trying to reproduce. At least I haven't seen it. My other question is, he said any country that this has happened to has always resulted in a detriment or the ending of that society. I'd like to know what country was so full of homosexuality that they went away. Now, if you're talking about empires like Assyria or Egypt or Medo-Persia, Babylon, Greece, Rome, and all these, a lot of people understand that when they started incorporating a lot of these laws, it was the end of them being a superpower, but that really can't be proven. I mean, it can be supposed, but I don't know that you can really prove that. And as far as freedom, well, the gay folks in this country are going to say that their freedom has been actually swung open. I mean, you got to remember, it was 1980 when the gays came out of the closet. Remember that? So 35 years later, we have same-sex marriage being legal nationwide. And this is, but another angle to this that a lot of people have a problem with is the fact that it trumps states' rights. This has always been a state decision, but it also shows how strong the courts are. Here's my next question, and I'd love to get some of your comments on this. And please call. You don't have to call. What I'm saying is I want you to please call because I'd like you to weigh in on this. Has the courts overstepped their bounds with this? This landmark ruling, has the courts, in your opinion, or by the facts that you bring to the table, have they overstepped that which they were intended to do? And if so, why do you feel that way? Now, if you look to the 14th Amendment, and I am not a constitutional scholar, as many claim to be, it protects all this stuff. I mean, Reed versus Reed was gender discrimination, and it basically states all persons born or naturalized in the United States, basically, you cannot deny them or deprive them life, liberty, or property without due process. And in this case, a lot of people would say this was a due process, and it ruled in their favor. Or deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. This is where the whole sexual equality comes in. So let's have this discussion. Good morning. It's your turn.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, you know, the reason for most of this and these we keep putting lawyers in legislative positions, and the high courts only decide things to help their colleagues. This has been going on for many, many years, and that's how come the country is so screwed up. They've taken the Constitution and twisted it around to whatever they think is best for their colleagues. And that's all I got to say.
All right. Well, I'm sure a lot of people would agree with you with that. I would like to know a case where that would be true. Case in point. I'm not saying that there isn't one. I'm just saying I would like to know of a case or an example of where that is so that people can research it. But a lot of people feel that way. I was talking with Secretary of State Ed Murray, and some of the feedback that he has been getting is the fact that him winning the election of the Wyoming Secretary of State was the fact that he was not a lawyer. And I'm not trying to demonize lawyers, but I think people get sick and tired of these lawyers going in that a lot of them never took a constitutional class to save their life. It's all been case law. If they did, it was kind of a second thought type of a class. And anytime somebody's going to law school, you meet these young kids at a restaurant, I ask them, I say, so are you wanting to study constitutional law or are you wanting to study case law? And I understand you have to have some case law as examples, whether you agree with it or not. But, a lot of people agree with the caller. We keep electing all of these lawyers, attorneys, prosecuting attorneys, and this is what we get because there is an extra advantage there of them to interpret and or twist or make laws that may not be constitutional. But once it's signed off on or passed through the House or Senate of a legislature and then signed by a governor, it becomes law of the state. In this case, It's the law of the land. 9:27 is your time. Good morning.
Hi, Cheyenne. It's Lee from Absolute Flooring. Summer is here, and there's no better time to put new flooring in your home. Come see our full line of Forever Clean Smart Strands, plus the new line of Image Carpets, a quality line carpet at affordable prices. As always, Absolute Flooring has beautiful vinyl, wood, laminate, and tile at competitive prices. With no interest financing and professional local installers, Absolute Flooring is where you want to purchase your next floor. Check us out in the Cheyenne Plaza next to the Walmart Hiring Center or at AbsoluteFlooringWYO.com. Are we your hometown flooring source? Absolutely.
Nice days were made for getting hitched, be it your camper, boat, or a trailer loaded down with four-wheelers. If you're ready to get back on the road with your trailer, come see K's Trailer Parts and Service, LLC at 308 Southwest Drive. Licensed and insured, with over 30 years of experience, Keith and the team at K's have been servicing all types of trailers. With the largest local inventory of trailer parts, K's will get you fixed right up. Call K's Trailer Parts and Service, LLC at 307-632-0600. That's 307-632-0600.
Are you putting your money into an IRA, pension, or 401k? Then I hope you're prepared to lose 30, 40, 50% or more of your retirement savings, because it's not a question of if the market crashes again. It's a question of when. It's going to happen. Did you know there is a way you can protect and grow your wealth safely and predictably every single year? The people using this approach didn't lose a penny when the market crashed in 2000 or 2008, and they won't lose a penny in the next crash. In fact, their money will continue to grow safely year in and year out, even when stocks, real estate, and other investments tumble. A free report detailing this savings program is now available. This free report shows how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and wealth-building power without risking your retirement in the Wall Street casino. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement. It far outperforms any IRA or 401k. To get this free report, visit bankonyourself.com. That's bankonyourself.com. Bankonyourself.com.
KGAB Mornings with Gary Freeman on Cheyenne's #1 News Talk Radio, AM 650, KGAB.
And in the tone of Dexter Poindexter, the 80s, well, I don't know if he was an 80s icon, but he used to sing that song, Hot, Hot, Hot. 67 right now, looking at 73. Also want to let you know the webcam is on if you want to head on out to YouTube. And by the way, we have a YouTube channel out there. A lot of great videos out there if you want to check them out. Our What You Talking About Cheyenne series is also out there, plus news from Doug Randall and some other cool stuff. And why not subscribe to our newsletter? That way you can get all the cool stories in your box, in your email. Maybe you get busy. A lot of you check your mail on the weekend. And so just another angle of how you can connect with us here at KGAB.com. Of course, you can always listen to the radio. And like Jack Buck, who was the announcer for the St. Louis Cardinals for many years, used to say on KMOX, he said, you know, if you're alone, turn on your radio and you'll never be alone. Glad to be able to spend some time with you this morning. 9:30 is the time. We'll pick up some more on the other side. My name is Gary Freeman. This is KGAB Mornings. Good morning to you.
AM 650 KGAB. Up to the minute news.
From the KGAB News Center, I'm Doug Randall. Cheyenne Frontier Days 2015 will feature a big emphasis on the military on Monday, July 20th. That's according to CFD Public Relations Chair Bob Budd.
We've really beefed up our Military Monday. We're giving out thousands of free tickets to military members and their dependents. We're going to have the Navy here, the Air Force, obviously, and then all the other branches of the service. It'll be coming right off of Navy Week, the first one that's ever been held in Cheyenne.
Another tie for the military and Cheyenne Frontier Days is, of course, the performance of the Air Force Thunderbirds, scheduled this year for Wednesday, July 22nd. The Thunderbirds are a longtime CFD tradition, were canceled in 2013 because of federal budget cuts, but returned last year and are scheduled again this year. The Laramie County Relay for Life, a fundraiser for the American Cancer Society, gets underway tonight at 6 at South High School in Cheyenne. Event organizer Katie Salisbury explains why she thinks the event is important.
I think cancer affects just about anybody in some way, shape, or fashion. It could be a family member, friend, coworker, and this is a way for us to get together and fight back.
The event will highlight both cancer survivors and those who care for victims of cancer, in addition to raising money for cancer research. And former University of Wyoming forward Larry Nance Jr. taken in the 27th pick of the NBA draft by the Los Angeles Lakers. More news on demand at KGAB.com.
Welcome to the WyoPreps.com radio report for a Friday. I'm Kevin Coyle. The Cowboy State and the Cornhusker State will battle for six-man football bragging rights tomorrow in the 4th annual shootout game at Guernsey. Vikings coach Chris Link is the head guy for Team Wyoming. He says he has seen just about all of his players in action at some point, and this year's team has just a little bit of everything.
It's a well-balanced team, decent amount of speed. They're the best of the best, so good defensive players, good offensive players. Once these practices start going underway, we'll have a better understanding of what we got.
He adds that the game itself has been pretty well received by players and fans in both states.
At least the past 2 years that I know of, the fan base has been around 700 people that have attended the game. So for small-town football, that's a pretty good amount.
Meanwhile, Joe Imus of Riverside High School in Cedar Rapids, Nebraska, will coach the opposition. He says, like Coach Link, he also has seen his all-star players in action, and he knows what they are capable of doing.
We've got quite a few good athletes, good speed, good size, guys who can catch and guys who can pass. So we're pretty excited to see what we can do on Saturday with them. I think all of them have a little chip on their shoulder knowing that Nebraska's 0-3 in the series, and they want to be the group that gets that first win for them.
Kickoff is scheduled for 1 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow in Guernsey. I'll be back with more in a moment.
If you were having a heart attack, would you know what to do? Gary Kymick of Du Bois didn't, but he called 911, and he's here today to tell his story.
When experiencing the symptoms of a heart attack, I didn't know what to do. The ambulance got to me quickly, and they were able to start treating me right away. I'm not sure I would still be here if I hadn't called 911.
Don't waste time when your life is on the line. Call 911 and learn more at heart.org/MLWyoming. Brought to you by the American Heart Association.
All over America, people are taking the National Radon Test. Have you? Answer true or false. Radon is a radioactive gas. True.
I didn't know that, no.
True or false? The Office of the Surgeon General recommends that all homes be tested for radon. True, your home should be tested. True or false? Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer. True.
I'm going to dial the number and call
777-6015. Protect your family and get your test kits today at wyomingradon.org.
The Wyoming Coaches Association has announced its 2015 Hall of Fame inductees that will be enshrined late next month. They include former Douglas boys basketball coach Ron Erickson, recently retired track and field coach Mark Kelting from Gillette, and the late Jim Stringer from Powell. Several middle school coaches and referees will be honored as well. The WCA convention will be held from July 23rd through the 25th in Casper. This has been your daily prep report. For more on Wyoming high school sports, log on to WyoPreps.com.
Well, the last two afternoon and evenings have brought plenty of thunderstorm activity to southeastern Wyoming, but for today, we're looking at only isolated late-day shower and thunderstorm chances, and as we work our way through the weekend, we see any thunderstorm chances of consequence holding close to the mountains of Colorado and Wyoming and probably staying away across the plains. So, for the second weekend in a row, we've got a dandy of a forecast with warm temperatures, Saturday to partly sunny skies, and some really nice weather conditions coming.
Hey, Wild Lotto fans, there's a new game in town. They call it Cowboy Draw. With growing jackpots starting at $250,000, better odds, and 2 chances to win per ticket, Cowboy Draw is aiming to deliver more action and more winners to the Cowboy State. Get into a draw at a retailer near you today with the exciting Wild West action of Cowboy Draw, Wyoming's very own lottery game. Lottery is a form of entertainment. Play responsibly. Must be 18 or older to play.
Casper will glow with the bright lights and radiant spirit of the Central Wyoming Fair and Rodeo. And for these few magical days, we'll become daredevils, ringleaders, champions, and connoisseurs of all things deep fried. The enchantment will be dizzying, but the spell will break. The days are long, but time is short. Plan your midsummer escape July 3rd through 11th and save up to 20% on your hotel. When you book it, visit Casper.com.
Partly cloudy today, a little bit cooler, highs mid-70s. A couple of isolated afternoon and evening thunderstorms cannot be ruled out. Then fair to partly cloudy tonight, lows middle 50s. Looks like a real nice weekend for Cheyenne. Sunny skies, low to mid-80s Saturday, near 60s Saturday night, low to mid-80s, and sunny to partly sunny skies for both Sunday and Monday. And any thunderstorms this weekend likely staying in the mountains. I'm meteorologist Don Day with more weather on demand at KGAB.com.
When everyone in the house is trying to download music, stream movies, or stay connected on social media all at once on different devices, it can be a drag, literally. Your internet connection could slow down to a crawl. But not Charter Spectrum Internet. With speed starting at 60 megabits per second, get the bandwidth you need to do it all. And all for only $29.99 a month when bundled. Just call 844-855-2999. The next time you have to wait for a download, the next time your streaming movie isn't exactly streaming. Remember, Charter Spectrum Internet gives you the bandwidth you need. Download, stream, game, share, and more, all at once on all of your devices. Only $29.99 a month when bundled. Call now, 844-855-2999. 844-855-2999. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Town Square Media and the Wyoming Association of Broadcasters are asking for your assistance in the recovery efforts from the Niobrara County flood. Many people throughout the county have been affected, including the towns of Lusk and Manville. Monetary donations to help families in need can be sent to the Niobrara Recovery Committee, P.O. Box 53, Lusk, Wyoming, 82225. That's the Niobrara Recovery Committee, P.O. Box 53 in Lusk, 82225. The Wyoming Association of Broadcasters thanks you for your support.
Get wholesome beef raised nature's way with Wyoming Pure Natural Beef. It's all natural. No hormones and no antibiotics in their Wyoming raised beef. Check out Wyoming Pure Natural Beef online for a variety of summer packages, starting as low as $50. Wyoming Pure Natural Beef also offers stew meat, tri-tip roast, and even cube steak. Plus, get the same great steaks in a variety of sizes. Order your beef at WyomingPure.com with special online deals. Wyoming Pure Natural Beef delivers free in Cheyenne, Wheatland, or Casper.
The best news and talk around the clock on AM 650 KGAB.
All right, good morning. 9:40 is the time. The webcam is on. If you want to be on the program today, 632-6500, 632-3323. I've been talking about all kinds of stuff here this morning on the morning show. Of course, the Supreme Court has recognized gay marriage. But here's a question for you. Since the Supreme Court did not define marriage, do they have the entitlement to redefine it? Very good question. Marriage was not defined by the Supreme Court. Marriage, my friends, have been going on thousands of years prior to there ever being a U.S. Supreme Court. So do they have a right to redefine it, or are they really even redefining it? 632-6500, 632-3323. Here's a couple other things. I've kind of been flip-flopping back and forth here, not on my opinion, of course, or on the conversation, but what we're talking about as far as Obamacare. Now, again, yesterday, the Obamacare's advocates celebrated the Supreme Court's effort, in some people's opinion, to rewrite the law. But, you know, once this euphoria fades, and we saw this, we've seen this time and time again here in America. You got the media that pump all this stuff up, and then the smoke settles and people's brains begin to kick in after their emotions have settled, and they start looking at this stuff and go, what did we do? What did we actually do? It's going to be interesting to see what the stocks with, say, Aetna or Anthem Blue Cross when they book their gains, whether reality is really going to set back in or not. Insurance carriers are already announcing a lot of rate hikes. I believe states are going to still continue to struggle to find roads and schools as Medicaid eats up more and more of their budgets. I think Obamacare in the end is going to remain, or is not going to be as popular as what people think it is. A lot of things are based on perception. And that's one of the things that we have to look at. Okay, one of the shell games that we've been playing here lately is the whole rebel flag, the Confederate flag. Oh, this has been a big deal, and everybody's jumping on this bandwagon. You got Walmart that's bailing out. You've got Pinterest, and you've got eBay, and even the toy manufacturer of the car from the Dukes of Hazzard. All these things, generally, and all these things. And we're jumping on this bandwagon, and all the while, real things that are going to affect us constitutionally have been taking place. So if voters elect a Republican president in 16 months, they will be elected officials, not the Supreme Court, who, in a lot of people's opinions, will be rewriting the law. And I think in a lot of ways, that is what Justice Roberts wants done. I think in so many ways, he's trying to put the pressure on the American people and seeing how badly they want to do away with Obamacare. And again, you don't vote for a president or not vote for them on a single issue. But this tends to be quite a big issue with a lot of people. And even if in the popularity of it all, you think it's a great thing, the financial impacts continue to be a reality. And as we like to say in radio, whether you're dealing with ratings or how many people are coming on your Facebook page, even those of you that are in business, you're looking at the dollars, the numbers don't lie. The numbers absolutely do not lie. And so now you have a lot of questions that are circulating out there. But let's get back more to a local level. Well, again, we can talk about whatever you'd like to at 632-6500, 632-3323. We also found out today that the only reason why the beach was open last year, remember they had cleaned out the pond over here at Lions Park at Sloan's Lake. And I know a lot of you citizens were upset because you couldn't use the beach. Your kiddos couldn't go to the beach. The beach was closed down. And then we thought there was this come to Jesus moment with, oh, wow, they're opening again. Wow, that's great. Public sentiment came out and the city's going to do right. Well, now we find out that the only reason why they opened the crazy beach was because the aquatic center wasn't ready yet. And so they were trying to find a way to let people swim and do their thing. Well, now that the aquatic center is open, the city's saying, we're going to close down the beach again. And for those of you that do not go to the beach, it may not be a big deal, but it's always been quite a great feature, especially on a warm afternoon. You want to go rent some paddle boots. A lot of your kids want to go swimming in a lake. Of course, some of you people are probably thinking it's gross and you shouldn't swim in a lake. Of course, how many of you growing up swim in lakes and you're still alive to tell about it? But they are absolutely going to be shutting that down, and they're not going to be reopening it. Also, the Cheyenne-Laramie County Health Department, in conjunction with the City of Cheyenne Weed and Pest Department, which you need to know, will begin aerial larvicide work the week of June 29th, which is next week. In other words, they will be spraying. Fixed-wing aircraft will fly the major drainage areas of Laramie County and including municipal sewage lagoons, ponds, stock reservoirs, and lakes in an effort to eliminate the mosquito vector, which carries West Nile virus. So if you see these airplanes flying over and you see them spraying something, it may not be a crop duster, but they are actually trying to get rid of some of these mosquitoes, which mosquitoes actually is very interesting. You know, a lot of people, they buy these bug zappers thinking they're going to get rid of these mosquitoes. The problem is mosquitoes are not attracted to the light. What mosquitoes are attracted to is the carbon monoxide that comes out of your mouth. So anytime that you have the carbons coming out of your mouth, that is what they're attracted to. And so they don't do a whole lot of good. So actually spraying is the best cure for that. 9:46 is the time. We are getting through a Friday, and then I am out of here. I'm going to head down to the wall and check some things out. Enjoy my Friday. Hopefully you will be as well. 9:47 is the time. Good morning.
This is you over 30 years ago. we there yet? Are we there yet?
And this is your mom now.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Roles change without us noticing. That's why AARP gives you the information to provide even better care for your loved one. Visit aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Bring the entire family out to Lions Park on Saturday, June 27th for the annual Holly Frontier Corporation Super Day, hosted by the Cheyenne Parks and Rec Department. Enjoy contests, games, and arts and crafts show, children's carnival, attractions, entertainment stages, food court, information and commercial booths, and the popular Show and Shine car show, plus special events like the Tour de Prairie, Super Day 5K, 10K Run Walk, and the Jackson's All-American Grill Shindig Volleyball Tournament. For details, go to CheyenneCity.org.
Here at Mountain View Regional Hospital, we know that joint and sports injuries are painful. With over 100 years of combined experience, our team of board-certified orthopedic surgeons is here to get you better faster, offering convenient access to the latest in surgical and non-invasive care with clinics in Cheyenne. Call 877-266-4700 or online at mvrhospital.com. Mountain View Regional Hospital. We find answers.
And now, back to KGAB Mornings with Gary Freeman on AM 650 KGAB.
And 67 is the current temperature right here in the capital city. It's getting to be a hot, hot day today, looking at a high of 72, just a few degrees away from hitting our high. Again, I wanted to remind you, excuse me, that we will be out at Super Day tomorrow. So if you want to cruise by the tent, that would be absolutely wonderful. Would love to come by and see you. There's going to be great food, rides, games, plus Relay for Life is kicking off tonight. We had Katie Salzberg, who is the events coordinator. She was on yesterday. Thank you, Katie, for coming in. Pretty big deal. If you don't have a Relay for Life team at your job, you may want to go out to their website at relayforlife.com, look up the Cheyenne, and get a hold of Katie or some of the other great folks that help put those things on to get a team going for next year. It is a great, fun way in order to raise money to help put the nail in the coffin for this thing that we call cancer. And so that'll be good for you. Hey, if you're in the Air Force, please pay attention. And you probably already got some memos on this, but the Air Force has begun reminding tens of thousands of you men and women in blue that you need to enroll in their professional military education distance learning course, because beginning really, it's already begun mid-June. The Air Force Personnel Center started notifying roughly 83,000 airmen about your PME requirements. Now, the AFPC will notify about 20,000 of you at the beginning of each month until everybody has been reminded. Now, the Air Force last year announced the new PME system that is a hybrid of online learning and in-residence training. So therefore, you enlisted folks can move through your non-commissioned officer and senior NCO PME requirements a whole lot faster than the way that they used to do things. The new system also sets specific milestones and windows of time during which you have to complete online courses and attend in-residence NCO and SNCO academies. And you also have to complete a distant learning course for non-commissioned officers, course 15, and for senior non-commissioned officers, you'll have course 14 version 6 before attending the academics. So get with your folks on that. Just a quick reminder, the Air Force is trying to get that out to remind you of all that. And another thing, concerning the military with all this hubbub about the Confederate flag is basically they're asking the question, should the military ban the Confederate flag? As of this time, they are not going to do that. Okay, first of all, the Confederate cause is deeply ingrained in American military, and making the country's current debate over whether to retire the rebel flag makes it all more pertinent. But then on the flip side of that, you've got Fort Hood, you've got Fort Bragg, Fort Lee, Fort Benning, and some of these others that were actually named after Confederate soldiers. So where are we going to stop this now? I guess we're going to have to turn the tide a bit and rename these army posts. I don't think that is going to happen. And of course, a lot of major retailers like Amazon, eBay, Walmart, they're pulling the rebel flags out. Everybody trying to show, I guess, that they're not prejudiced. But the Confederate flag means more than just that. For a lot of people, it means it's a emblem of people who gave their lives in fighting in the Civil War, and which was a very bloody war. We lost a lot of our brothers and sisters that were fighting against one another. Of course, slavery was involved and a lot of other things, but that is going to be an ongoing debate at some point in the game. My name is Gary Freeman. 9:52 is the time. We'll take this last break. If you would like to be on the program today or score some gun tickets for the gun show at the Outlet Mall in Loveland, give me a call, 632-6500, 632-3323. Good morning.
The Troopers are coming. This July, Wyoming will have 2 chances to experience marching music's major league as Drum Corps International brings drums along the Rockies to Laramie and Casper. See 5 world-class drum corps and exciting competitions. They'll be at War Memorial Stadium in Laramie on July 9th and at Natrona County High School's Cheney Field on July 10th with a different show each night. Group discounts and VIP seating are available. Order your tickets now at dci.org. That's dci.org.
Prevent animal damage to trees, shrubs, gardens, and more with Messina products. These all-natural repellents work through smell and taste to discourage small pests to large pests from causing damage to your property. Each application lasts up to 30 days. Choose from a variety of 32-ounce ready-to-use bottles including deer, squirrel, rodent, dog, and cat, and more for only $7.97 each.
Save big money at Menards.
Do you have $10,000 or more in past due federal student loans? Well, you may qualify to have your entire student loan forgiven with one free call. That's right. If you're a teacher, nurse, police officer, firefighter, or work for a nonprofit, they may qualify for new federal programs to have your entire student loan forgiven. The Student Loan Council wants to give you free information on all the programs that can help. And the sooner you call, the faster they can help. Get the maximum loan forgiveness, loan reduction, or consolidation available. Plus, find out in the first free call what you qualify for. A loan forgiveness specialist is standing by to answer all of your questions for free. So stop worrying about your student loan payments. If you have more than $10,000 in federal student loans, this information could change your life. Call 800-579-4409. 800-579-4409. Completely wipe out your federal student loan debt. Find out how. 800-579-4409. That's 800-579-4409.
All right, 9:55 is the time. Getting ready to kick the doors wide open for the weekend. It is going to be a beautiful weekend. I know a lot of you are flexing out. God bless you. More power to you. Hey, don't forget about our lineup tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. We'll have Ken Moon with Around the House, and then we have KGAB on KGAB with Nick the Midas guy, and that goes on from 11 to 1 o'clock. So we have some regionally and locally live programming for you, and you'll be able to call in and weigh in on some of those great programmings there. And have no idea what you plan to do on this weekend, but hopefully you'll be able to get out. Plus, there's a feature on Saturday mornings at KGAB.com that also deals with your weekend garden tips. So go out there and check that out as well. 632-6500, 632-3323 is the phone number. Can you believe that with a lot of the hot tubs and swimming pools, now they're finding that water contamination is increasing in the United States? Evidently, these outbreaks of illness in these swimming pools and hot tubs and lakes throughout the United States have been increasing in recent years as a result of a parasite called Cryptosporidium. And the CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, issued a report today that documented 90 illness outbreaks reported in 32 states and Puerto Rico for the years 2011 and 2012. Well, thanks for getting us this report now in 2015 after my grandmother already died from Cryptosporidium. I'm just kidding. She didn't. But illnesses affected at least about 1,800 people and resulted in at least 95 hospitalizations and 1 death. So the CD's report states since 1988, which was the year that the first U.S. treated recreational water-associated outbreak of cryptosporidium was detected, the number of these outbreaks reported annually has significantly increased. Now, I don't want to give any fodder for the city council, but that may be one reason why they are deciding to not put lifeguards out at the pool. I don't know, or out at the lake, rather, not the pool, the lake. You know, you would think if there was a lifeguard shortage, and then the Johnson Pool's always been open. We had the aquatic center there prior, but then I guess with some of the other attractions, you have to have lifeguards at different stations now. I know some people called in. They were a little bit discouraged because they went to the aquatic center and not all the features were manned. And so there was like a slide that was closed or something else. But in the U.S., getting back to this story, codes regulating public recreational pools and spas are established by state or local agencies. And the Center for Disease Control and Prevention suggests that these variations in codes could be leading to outbreaks. So are we going to have a nationally regulated code now for all swimming pools and lakes? I can see that coming down the pike. Whatever happened to states being smarter than the federal government? Whatever happened to states, you know, being on the ball? I mean, should we even have independent states anymore? Should we just be one conglomerate? I mean, you know, if the states can't seemingly get their poop in a group, we know the federal government will because they have all the answers, right? Not. Well, that's going to do it. There's the music. There's the bumper. That means I've got less than a minute to bid you farewell for what's going to be a beautiful weekend. We hope to see you out at the Vietnam Wall and especially out at Super Day tomorrow. And if you have not been to the wall, hey, it's bailing out of here on Sunday. Take the kids out. Everyone has their own experience, but I guarantee you it's going to affect you some way and will probably give you a newfound respect and observation of those men and women that fought the longest war in American history, the Vietnam War. It's been wonderful to be with you this week. Looking forward to next week, but not until the weekend hits. My name is Gary Freeman. Rush Limbaugh up next. Have a wonderful weekend. Get on out there and just enjoy it. We'll meet you back here at 6:09 on Monday. Have a wonderful day, and so long for now, my friend.
KGAB Orchard Valley Cheyenne with breaking